Perfect. Got it. All right. So today I want to talk a little bit about it, explain Mamba mentality and how we can apply the principles to be our best. And I really do want you guys to kind of understand as I go through these slides, these are things that don't have anything to do with basketball. All right. You're going to see a lot of basketball references, but this is not about basketball. This is about being your best. It's about bringing your A game to work every day and how it affects the people around you. Okay. So I'm going to kind of go from there and get it rolling. Okay. If my slideshow will work. There we go. All right. So first thing, don't be soft, right? So Martin and I always talk about this. Sometimes you're going to get this hashtag and it'll say soft at the end of it, which is always universal for why did Martin just say soft? Well, here's what it is. Being soft, guys, it's talking about lacking internal fortitude, making excuses, taking the easy way out. One of my least favorite things I've heard over time is when people say stuff like, oh, there's always tomorrow. There used to be this guy at my old company. He'd always say, oh, it'll still be there when you get here tomorrow. That's soft, man. Everybody does it that way, guys. In the business, that's how everybody does it. Why is this happening to me? Why is this kind of stuff happening? My job is so hard. We need to change our mindset as people. That's when you're being soft. That's when you're not pushing ahead. You're not doing yourself any favors. You're not doing your coworkers any favors. You're not doing your customers any favors. And at the end of this, if nothing else, we got to look at our customer perspective. I want you guys to try something a little different. Talk about, I will not be denied. My goal is this, and this is how I'm going to get there. So whenever we talk about soft, that's part of the Mamba mentality. Don't be soft. Always come and bring your A game. This is kind of a cool thing. I call it no flinch, but this is an actual game years ago where this guy, Matt Barnes, on the left, he kind of like is doing this thing. If you've ever played sports, sometimes people act like they're going to throw the ball in your face. And most people kind of like, you do this little ducking thing, like you want to get hit in the face with a basketball. But the thing is that Kobe in this case, he was in that mindset. He was in that mindset of, you're not going to intimidate me. You're not going to throw anything that's going to throw me off my game. Competition does not deter us, guys. It emboldens us. It makes us stronger. It makes us powerful. When we look at the competition and we're saying, oh no, MV's out there, Lennox is out there, all these guys, screw those guys, man. We're not worried about them. We're better than them. We're better quality people. When everything seems like it's getting rough, remember, everyone has challenges, but we will respond better than anyone. And that's my challenge to you. When you have that hard thing that's going on, when the market's hard, people, it's COVID. People don't want to talk to us right now. They don't want to, they're canceling their appointments. We're going to be better. That's when we respond. That's when we make something like Screen Leap so that we can get in front of these people. That's when we come up with DocuSign so we can sign remotely. There are only solutions here, guys. And when I say no flinch, I mean, we're not going to flinch. When it gets hard, we're having that hard month, we're going to step up and get better. Preparation, So a few years back, probably, well, it will be several years back now, I went to a game, and before anybody else got on the court, Kobe Bryant was out there working on his jump shot. And he did this particular shot that you're seeing right here without somebody in front of him, of course, but he must have practiced that shot 100 times before the game. Just one time after another, after another, after another. And when he gets into the game, you see the clock's buzzing down here. He's got a guy in his face. He shoots it. It's all net, right? How do you think that happens? You think this guy just, gets in the morning and says, oh, well, I'm going to just, go and shoot the shot, hope it goes in? This is what we're doing when we're prepping every day. Martin and I talked a long time ago about, being prepared. When we talk about practice making permanence, the thing is for our sales personnel, the thing is for every time you're doing a presentation, the amount of prep time you put in will make things like this look so much easier than they are. And that's my challenge to you guys. You always want to come out and work so hard that you make it look easy. And so that was something I took away from that game. And it wasn't just this type of shot. He was working on shot after shot, day after day for his whole career. So I think it's kind of a good, kind of a thing that you can apply in your everyday life. So talk about innovation. This is one of the original dunks that Kobe did first. This is a slam dunk competition in '97. And, he did the whole under the leg. jump up, slam dunk. Everybody went crazy. If you guys watch basketball at all anymore, you know that this is a dunk that people have been copying for years since then. I mean, you see this dunk routinely. But when Kobe first did it, the crowd went freaking like insane. Like everybody's standing up. It was just like, what did this freaking guy just do? How did he do that? This is innovation. This is what Monarch is, guys. When we come in every single day, you got Martin out there innovating. How can we do something different? Mark and Fahidi and Sonny, you're looking at all these different ways. Hey, let's do this different. Let's come up with something nobody else is doing. Because when you do it first, it will always stand out in your head. Had Kobe done this as number 55 on the list, like if he was the 100th guy to do it, nobody's talking about Kobe Bryant. The legend isn't there. But the Monarch legend is exactly this. We are innovators. We come to the table first with things better than anybody else does. So when all these people are copying us, and believe me, we got copycats all over the place, it doesn't matter because people look at Monarch and go, what the hell are those guys coming up with next? And so when I saw this dunk, I just thought, what a cool way to describe innovation, man. It's just something nobody else has done and what the effect is that it has on people. Love what you do, guys. At the end of the day, we don't always act like we love our jobs. But, when you love your job, it has an effect on people. This is Kobe at a game, kind of laughing with some other competitors, and everybody knows he was a killer when it came to the court. He wanted to beat everybody's head in, but he loved what he did. And when you love what you guys do, it makes a difference. It makes a difference on everybody around you. And I feel like that, for some of you guys sitting here, you might be like, I'm not playing basketball, though. I'm not doing what my childhood dream was. Well, that's within you, man. That has nothing to do with whether we're playing basketball, backgammon, badminton, whatever the hell's you're into. What it comes down to is a state of mind. Love what you do, Enjoy the fact that you can be better than everybody else at what you're doing. Set a challenge for yourself on a day-to-day basis. Come in and say, look, if I'm an estimator, how can I be perfect at what I do? How can I get a little bit faster at what I've done? How can I make everybody else around me enjoy their job a little bit more? And believe me, if you change your mindset to enjoy the challenge, it will make a difference in your success and your happiness. And that's something for me. I feel like a lot of us sometimes we get in these funks where we just lose our joy. We just lose our happiness. Something goes wrong that we're not expecting. All of a sudden, it's like the world's caving in. And what I say to you is step back and remember what you can do for everybody else around you by just enjoying what you do, okay? Outwork the competition. It's in a person's nature to push themselves, guys, to meet the pinnacle of what we can be. Only through hard work will you obtain this satisfaction. And to me, that was something that, when I looked at this picture of Kobe, it was a GIF here. This is a guy who's exhausted, man. He's sweating. He's beat. He probably feels sick. He probably feels like he's going to throw up here. But, he felt like he had this God-given gift to push himself to be the best he could be. And, I feel like so often, again, we look at it and go, oh, why me? Why are things so hard? When I found this COVID test I got recently here, the first thing that happened to me was I was upset. I was like, man, what in the world? I can't believe I got this. In fact, I felt like I let everybody down a little bit because to me, I want to be a warrior. I want to be the one who's the last one out at work. I want to be the one that everybody can look at and go, nah, that freaking guy, he came in every day. But I realized that I don't have to stop working because I got COVID. I can still come in and be my best version of myself. And I believe that it's within ourselves to push ourselves. When we want to take that downtime, and you need some downtime sometimes, do it. But at the end of the day, that inspiration, the times I feel best are when I get to the end of the day on a Sunday and I wash my truck and I cut my grass and I went out to Broadway at the beach with my wife, keep her happy. And I went out and, I cleaned the windows. That's when I feel my best. You want to feel my worst? When I get to the end of the day and, I watch Netflix for like 3 hours or I sat around just, doing what the hell ever. That's when I feel my worst. So I feel like it's our nature to outwork. It's our nature to be better. So just always remember that. Now, then I got into persistence and tenacity. Life will bring you daily challenges. things that will bring you down. I promise you there are things that will bring you down. Probably the worst part about self-help seminars is somebody gets you all inspired and then you're like, oh yeah, let's go beat the world. And then maybe you follow that for a day. And then the next day somebody says something to you that just sits with you the wrong way and it ruins your whole mentality. But I'm telling you, persistence and tenacity is everything. So this picture here that you're seeing of Kobe was a point where he ruptured his Achilles. Now, I don't know if any of you guys have ever had an Achilles injury. Several years back, actually sprained my Achilles, and it is excruciating pain. You can't push off. If you're a basketball player, you know how bad it is. But at this point, he had actually torn his Achilles, and you can't imagine the fire coming out of that. Okay. This is him 2 seconds later. He was shooting a free throw, and you can see he's not really putting much pressure on his other ankle there. But if you look at his left foot there, this is him shooting that free throw. He would not be denied the ability to shoot the shot that he had gotten when he was fouled a minute before. And I feel like that, guys, this spoke to me so much because, again, I think it's like, wow, look at all the things that came down on me. But if you have that mindset of you will not be denied, this is what it looks like. And so for me, that was just a very powerful picture that kind of explained a little bit about, not giving up. Be memorable. This is part of we talk about our 6 steps of sales, and we talk about breaking the ice and making it about the customer and the care process. And we always end off with like, be memorable, be remembered. This was something, make your mark on the world. Years from now, your regrets will be the things you did not do, and it's easy for us to forget this sometimes. I'd like all of you to think about, when I'm 80 years old one day, what am I to think back on? What did I do? The great news for us is whatever age you are right now, you have the ability to start setting that course for 80 and what your experiencing look like at 80. Don't get to 80 years old and they go, I wish I would have done that thing. I wish I would have taken that opportunity with brands. I wish I would have taken that opportunity to spoken to that group. Don't wait till you're 80 and regret it. Start right now. You have that ability. With this, in Kobe's final game, now, if you're not a sports fan, I'm going to tell you, most people will never score 50 points in a game in their career. The best players in the world, most people will never score 50. When Kobe was in his final NBA game, literally his final game, he's an old man at that point by NBA standards. Everybody's like, oh, it's been fun watching Kobe, nice career, this is his last game. The freaking guy came out and scored 60 points in his final game. I don't know if you guys can just imagine. 50 is a mark most people will never get to. In his final game, he scored 60 points. You say you can't do it. That is a person's will saying, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to show everybody what I can do. I'm going to be memorable. And I'll tell you, of all the things, kind of almost brings like a little tear to my eye thinking about this guy who, he's gone on to the afterlife now, but, he got it. At the end of the day, he got what it meant to make your mark on everybody. And there were some bumps in the road. You may have opinions on him one way or the other, but you cannot deny that he understood what the difference was between, cowering down in the corner and stepping up and saying, I want to give somebody some inspiration. And champions, man, winners win. This is part of our crown, winners win. The inevitable of these Mamba traits is victory. If you guys follow these messages, if you follow these lessons in your life, we will win. With the right minds, we can achieve greatness. Push yourselves every day and lift each other up. That's what life is about. And, I wrote this slide before I showed you the video that I'm going to show you in a minute. But I want you guys to know that I believe at the end of the day, all this, personal glory and seeking to be your best, it's important. But I think that the mark we leave on others is the most important part. It's what you do on a day-to-day. And every single thing that every one of you do matters. What Joey does matters. He's doing a different thing that none of us at this company can do. And it matters, Sonny, with the ability he has, with the ability to put these things together, the analytical mind he has, nobody can do this. Fahidi, I've known Fahidi for so long. This girl can do things that nobody else can do. Her mind's like a computer, and it's just so amazing. Mark, you're the best leader. You get people motivated. You teach people. You drive people ahead every day. Martin, you know, this whole thing is yours. You created this beauty.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm throwing flowers at Martin even, which is crazy. And then Paul, you're okay. Anyway, so no, I'm kidding. Paul, Paul, you're amazing, dude, man. You make us all laugh. I love that about you. I think I hit everybody on the call today. If I missed anybody, Joe, Pikachu Joe, if you're there, man, you're an amazing guy. But everything that all you guys do matters, and that's what I want you to remember. So I've got this little video here that I'm going to show you. This is a 2-minute clip from Kobe. It's my final slide, but I think it's a very telling video. So just hear this out, and we'll go from here, okay? Messed up that. Let me just go back. Boop. Should play.
There's no sound.
No sound?
No sound.
There's a button you have to press for, I think, sound, share video and sound, and the options
Okay.
of Zoom.
Hang tight. All right. I'm going to have to start that over. All right. Share video with sound.
Yeah, I believe it. That's
Well,
right at the beginning. I think the options of the Zoom. Maybe I can
test. Man, that sucks because this is a great video. Share video with sound. Share video with sound. Where is that at?
It's like under settings of the Zoom meeting, I think, unfortunately.
Okay. Let me go to, would it be under more, Tahiti? You know?
No, do you want to send it to us? Or?
I got it. It was share computer sound. Okay. Let me take a step back. Pretend that you didn't see any of that.
I did.
All right, here we go. Let me know if this works.
Once upon a time, there was a young basketball player who had dreams of becoming one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
My name is Kobe Bryant. I'm 17 years old. With the hunger, the motivation, and the desire to be the best possible basketball player that I could be.
He worked day and night, every day, for years and years and years and years and years. And as time went on, 20 years had passed, and he felt that he had accomplished all that he set out to accomplish. But what he come to realize is that the goal that he set out initially of becoming the greatest of all time was a very fickle one. And what he realized that the most important thing in life is how your career moves and touches those around you and how it carries forward to the next generation. But he realized that's what makes true greatness. The story would be about transformation of a kid looking inwardly to then growing up and understanding the importance and the power is looking outward.
It's a great feeling to know that you set a goal for yourself and you were able to reach that goal and to knock it down.
If I had the power to turn back time, I would never use it. I don't think about it. Because then every moment that you go through means absolutely nothing, but you can always go back and do it again. So it loses its flavor, it loses its beauty. When things are final, you know, moments won't ever come again. To be able to have the power to go back and re-experience those things it's silly to me.
You take that jersey off, how do you think you're gonna feel?
Very at peace with it, and I'm very thankful, you know, for the 20 years that I've had, and you know, ready to go.
And that's it, man. You know, that's my final message for you guys. You know, do your best every day, bring your best, touch somebody else and lift up others. And at the end of the day, you know, you'll be able to look back on this life and say that, you know, you made the difference and have satisfaction with what you did. So that's all I got. You know, sorry, it was about a 20-minute presentation. I went a little long, but appreciate everybody and had a good time doing that. So thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great,
No, I have
great.
something to say. You know, I was listening to you like the whole presentation, and I was thinking, you know, he did all these things, he got all these lessons for us, and I was like, okay, how can anybody do those things? What drives this person, right? Because we can't just say, oh, I'm going to do this, and then next day, magically you start doing it. You got to have something that's going to, you know, like, I guess put the engine or get fuel or something. And I was thinking, what drives him? So I guess in the video, the first thing that he said, he kind of answered it, because he said that he had this dream of becoming the greatest basketball player of all times, right? And then everything else that he did was towards that dream. So I guess, and then, you know, while he was pursuing that dream and focusing on that dream, he started touching people's lives and doing greatness, which kept him going. And I feel like for all of us, to me, a lesson when I'm listening to the presentation, watching this is like, we can't just live our life every day like, you know, there's no goal. Otherwise it loses kind of meaning. It's almost like you have to be building towards something. And it goes back to what Martin says about the one thing. And so what is, like, I think one lesson for us is we need to think about what is your end goal? Like, why are you coming to work every day? Why are you doing all these things? Where do you want to be at? Like, where do you want to be 5 years from now, 2 years from now, 10 years from now? And then everything that you do on a daily basis will start making sense, because you start thinking that you're building towards something. And everything that he did, why was he there, you know, innovating? Why was he there, you know, doing all the things that he did? Because his dream was to become the greatest basketball player of all times. And he needed to accomplish all these things to achieve his dream. And to us, I feel like we're only going to be able to do all the things that he did once we put that into perspective, that by doing that, we're getting closer to our dream. And I think that's kind of what I took from your presentation. So that was awesome. Thank you.
Well said. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I want to say me something. If you don't know, is the first basketball player. He make the movie, and with the movie it win in the Oscar. In the Oscar is the first. Is the first sportive, for my knowledge, he make the movie with basketball, and that movie it win to the Oscar, and it was amazing. But the lesson, the final lesson I'm understand for his life. Okay, maybe Mamba mentality, it's perfect, it's good, it's very good, it's awesome, but don't feel God. I'm mad for this, that Sunday morning, if he wait 10 minutes, okay, this work, you want to go to the game, to see the kids, to training kids, but don't feel God, wait, because yeah, and unfortunately for us, it's a very, very big lose, because she died so young, and he has too many things to share with us, and it is not possible.
Yeah.
Especially
Awesome.
for Martin, don't feel God. You are human being. You are human being. It's not better to have blood when you make sport. Believe me, it's not better. Sorry, that's it.
Some Romanian knowledge. I don't know. I like it a little bit. I don't know. I'm trying to think, but awesome, Rob. Thank you so much, man, for sharing. What a surprise, man. What a treat, and that's what you're best at right there. Okay, and the thing I got most out of what you were, this presentation was consistency. Okay, successful takes consistency, because the one thing I love motivation. You know that I love motivational videos, but what I hate is when we watch them for 2 days and then they're going back to their normal life after that. So with the videos we do share, I love them, but we have to always have the mindset of, okay, this is consistent, okay? It's been years, okay? Rob, you're the most consistent person, that's why you're so good. Martin, the most consistent person I've ever met in my life, okay? Every day does not matter. Is there breaks? Does he, is there times where you get off? Yes, but in overall consistency, not only what you do, but your mindset. Okay, consistent mindset. It's so easy to be happy when everything's going well, right? When everything's going well, we're all working together well, where it's so easy to be happy. Everything's just so easy. But when we have things that protrude and make things harder, or if we have problems come up, we have to have that same mindset so we can overcome the problems. It's so easy to get into the mindset and be like, oh man, geez, he's not doing this, or we're not seeing the same page, but we need to come together and communicate and have consistency through that. So the big thing with Kobe Bryant was consistent. Do you think he worked hard for 4 years and then maybe took a year or two off in the off season, took a break, and then got back to how good he was? From the first start, from the first time he picked up a basketball all the way until the last time he picked up a basketball, I bet you he still was training after retirement. He was so consistent, and there never was a wavy up and down. The best people, the best leaders in the world are so consistent. Every single day you know what to expect, okay? That's why, Rob, you're having a hard time working from home. I know you hate it because you're so consistent. You're consistently here. You consistently have that schedule pattern of success, right? So when something throws a curveball into you, you get that, oh man, am I doing the right thing? And you're adapting, okay? So that brings to my second point. With that consistency, there always is time for adapting, okay? And with Sonny, what I think you're talking about is maybe they should have adapted and obviously waited to fly, right? You adapted at a spot. We can wait a little bit. Let's kind of call and see if we can cancel. So I can see what you mean by adapting. But overall, man, awesome. Thank you so much. I got actually a whole page of notes, and for me, a whole page of notes on someone talking and motivating is pretty impressive, man. So thank you so much.
I appreciate that.
But if you think Kobe is here, think about it. Martin is coming here. Think about it 5 years ago when you meet Martin first time. She sleep now 9 hours. Now he sleep 4 hours. Martin.
I've never seen him. I've never seen him sleep 9 hours or heard about him sleeping 9 hours. That'd be a world record.
Only when he's sick.
It's taken out.
when he's sick, I know for 6 years, and it's sick 2 days, only 2 days, and it's still working.
You're making me so good right now, both of you. Listen, it's messed up, but I told this to Rob one time, and I got really a lot of things to say positive about Rob right now, and this is awesome, and I love this. We need to do this more often, and you recording still. I want to share this with everybody. If you can share with me, I'll put it into the Tuesday motivation, well, not motivation, but the Tuesday video. I would love to do this, man. That was killer. I loved it, man. And Sonny, this is messed up, but I want to maximize myself every day, right? We talk about maximizing yourself, but that's what Mamba mentality is, right? Becoming better. Rob, you talk about this all the time. Becoming better than yesterday, no matter what. If you just do a little bit, 1% better every day, you're 365% better at the end of the year. Oh my God, where you want to go, you can go wherever you want. It doesn't matter, but you gotta be consistent to be better. But I made a joke like this, but I said, I love when it's Saturday night, when I go through my whole week, and I'm completely exhausted, like feeling borderline sick. Because I used to get sick a lot, 6-7 years ago. I would get sick a lot because I would not know my limit. I would go just over too much. I would feel it, and I would keep going, and I would be sick. Whereas, to reach the level to become almost sick, you push yourself so much, okay? Then I feel that's I don't know, it's messed up a little bit. But when Saturday night, I'm at that border. I feel like, okay, I did everything I could this week. It's messed up, but I feel like I accomplished it. So tomorrow, like Saturday night, I can enjoy. It's 8 o'clock at night. I can enjoy Saturday night now. If I don't, I'm like, man, I left so much on the table. I can't wait for Sunday morning to wake up again and start working again because I feel like I left so on the table. But the reason why I'm saying this is Rob, you guys, you got COVID, right? If you have COVID, I feel like I had COVID back in March. It was 2 days. I was sweating. I was sleeping. I had no energy at all, okay? But Rob, no matter what, kept going through this crazy. And I call you like, yeah, I try to work out and I'm so exhausted. You said that like, oh my gosh, you're so exhausted. But you're like, hey, it doesn't matter. I just keep pushing through. It just makes it a little bit more of a challenge. And you start smiling like, man, something's wrong with you. You're like, yeah, it was just harder. Kind of was cool. What's wrong with you, man? So no, it's awesome to see what you're pushing through, and I know you're suffering to be away from everybody because you want to impact so many people in life, and that's awesome. I love it. And Fady, what you're saying, you know, the one thing, you know, if we keep thinking about what's our one thing, we keep talking about this, what's our one thing, everybody needs to, we need reminders and triggers all the time, every day, because it's easy to, like you said, Mark, you know, how do you do it? Like motivation. We talk about motivation, we said it's BS, right? But we need to have discipline. So we need to have a goal that we have. So in the morning, you have a bad day, you said, no matter what, I'm going to do it. You know, Jim Rohn talks about this, watch a video this morning, says, that if you have a bad day, it's sunny outside, it's dark outside, you know, just do it. You hit, you heal. It doesn't matter. Do it. Just do it. You got to do it. If your goal is to be here, or you got to do it no matter what. So triggers are critical. And I think the crown, consistency, real, own it, winners win, and no excuses. That's something that should be in our blood. We should see this every day. And the one thing, you know, to help for roofing, it's to help customers. It's to customer acquisition, right? We got to get customers. So if everybody's thinking we got to find ways to get customers, then the estimating is better, right? Joe is like, well, I got to find some customers. Well, I got to this. Perfect. So this guy that's on the field, Don, can go sell a roof. Don is thinking, I got to go sell a roof. He's in the front line, so it's easier for them. But everybody, even the production coordinator, the guy that picks up trash on the job site is critical, because if he's picking up the trash, he's not doing it properly. What's going to happen? We're not going to get the neighbor. We're going to get a promoter. We're not going to sell more roof. So he's going to pick up the trash properly. But Fade, I love that you said that. That was really well said. A lot better than I did. And Rob, thank you very much, man. That was very powerful this morning. Needed that for sure. Awesome. We need more of this leadership, man. That's leadership, servant mentality. You know, Kobe Bryant says, I felt like I was serving the whole time. Everybody in the community, I was impacting everybody. That's the biggest fulfillment. And no matter what, you put everything on the side to become the best ever, right? Put everything. You sacrifice everything.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed putting it together. And so thank you guys all for listening. And you guys all inspire me every day, for sure. You know, and that's part of the reason why it's hard for me to be at home, because when I walk around and I get to see you guys in the morning, those are the things that I think inspire me most. So I appreciate you guys.
Dog who inspired you, weren't it?
Your dog inspired you, Rob. Kobe. Even his dog is named Kobe.
That's true. He poked in here while I was doing my thing, and I kind of had to bash through with it. But anyway, so.
The other Kobe.
Yeah.
He's a little smaller and a little stinkier, but anyway, he's a good boy.
Oh my God. Well, thank you. Does anybody else has anything, or?
Yeah, I got one more thing. I'm gonna need the screen now, Rob.
Okay.
So we just there's a little teaser that Mark started talking about a little bit about the office. So we thought we say talk is cheap, right? And